Keeping up with our motto, let learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure. Here we are with the remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students. Hello students, I, Ms. Radhika Yadav, teaching at Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College, here again with you, dealing with subject History of Standard 8, Chapter 2, Europe and India, Part 2. In the first part, we had covered the topic Period of Renaissance, Religious Reform Movement, Geographical Discoveries, Intellectual Revolution in Europe, and Revolution in Political Sphere. Now further topics we'll see in this video. American War of Independence. With the background of revolutionary development in Europe, it is equally important to think about the American War of Independence. With the discovery of America, the European countries turned their attention towards this continent. The imperialist European countries took control of different regions of America and established their colonies. England established 13 colonies on the east coast of America. Initially, England had nominal domination over these colonies, but later on, English Parliament laid oppressive restrictions and taxes on these American colonies, which means the American Parliament did not let people having opportunities and freedom, means they were treating the people in an unequal way. They were exploiting the people over there. The people in America revolted against it. England declared war to suppress these colonies, where suppress means to control. So the American colonies, these armies controlled these colonies. So American colonies organized the army under the leadership of George Washington and finally won against England. This event is known as American War of Independence. A new nation known as the United States of America, with a federal government, written constitution and based on the principles of democracy, was born. Next we have French Revolution. In 1789 AD, the people of France revolted against the uncontrolled and unjust monarchy and feudalism and established a republic. Now, what is monarchy? Monarchy is nothing but one person rule on a particular kingdom, or if I say a particular region. So that is called monarchy. Monarchy is a person who rule over the people. And feudalism. Now, what is feudalism? It was a system in which people were given land and protection by people of higher rank and worked under and fought for them in return. I repeat, feudalism was a system in which people were given land and protection by people of higher rank and worked and fought for them in return. Please make a note of this. So this event is known as French Revolution. The French Revolution gave to the world the three values of liberty, equality and fraternity. Make a note of this. The French Revolution gave to the world the three values of liberty, equality and fraternity. In world history, among the political revolutions, the American War of Independence and French Revolution have a very important place. Next we have Industrial Revolution. Revolution is nothing but the change. So in the later period of 18th century, there was many technological innovations in Europe. There was production with the help of machines running on steam. The cottage industries were replaced by big factories, and instead of that, handloom machines were used, and railway and steamer became the mode of transportation. The age of machines began, and that is known as Industrial Revolution. Now students, why it is called industrial revolution? Because instead of using the handloom machines, they came up with the big machines running on steam. That is why it is called as industrial revolution. Industrial revolution began in England and then spread in other parts of West. During this period, England enjoyed industrial prosperity and came to be described as a world factory. Now we have rise of capitalism. Now as we saw, there was a French Revolution, there was an Industrial Revolution, means as the industries were growing, of course there will be a rise of capitalism. So we'll see over here, with the discovery of new sea routes, began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. So many traders came forward to trade with eastern countries through the sea route. It was not that easy to carry out trade single-handedly, and hence many traders came together and started trade. Trade is a transaction between two people, or if I two state, or can be between the two countries. In short, it is buying and selling of goods and services, that is called as trade. Thus there was a rise of many trading companies. Trade with Oriental countries was very profitable. Oriental countries are nothing but the Eastern countries, and responsible for economic prosperity. Hence, European rulers started giving military protection and trade concessions to these trading companies. This led to accumulation of wealth in Europe. Wealth is nothing but the rise of capitalism. This property was used in the form of capital for trade and commerce, which led to rise of capitalism, capitalist economic system in Europe. Next we have colonialism. Colonialism means a country exploiting another country by making it into a colony. Now what it means? A powerful country on the basis of economic and military strength occupies another region and establishes its political supremacy. Make a note, what is colonialism? A powerful country on the basis of economic and military strength occupies another region and establishes its political supremacy, which is known as colonialism. This tendency of colonialism led to rise of imperialism among the Europeans. Now next we have imperialism. Now let's see what is imperialism. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. Make a note. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. Many countries from Asian and African continent fell prey to this imperialist aspiration of the European nations. Thank you.